Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. A registered sex offender in 29 Palms was arrested earlier this year for suspicion of possessing obscene materials featuring a minor. He is due in court today. On May 21st, the San Bernardino County Probation Department contacted a convicted sex offender on post-release community supervision. Probation officers say they contacted Zatavius Lord, 30, at a residence on Adobe Road in 29 Palms. After a search of Lord's residence, probation officers arrested him for violating the terms of post-release supervision and 2 counts of possessing obscene material with a minor. Lord has been held without bail since the May arrest and is due at the Joshua Tree Courthouse today, where he is facing arraignment on 1 felony charge of possessing material depicting a minor in a sexual act with prior convictions. In April of 2022, Lord entered a guilty plea to a charge of contacting a minor for sex. A motorhome fire in Wonder Valley caused no injuries and is currently under investigation. At around 10:45 a.m., a fire in the 5000 block of Wonder Valley was called in to 911. Deputies from the County Sheriff's Department and fire crews from County Fire and the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center responded to the scene. County fire crews report finding a fully involved motorhome behind a home on the property. They report that the motorhome was unoccupied by the time they arrived and that they were able to knock down the fire before it spread to other structures on the property. No injuries were reported. Witnesses told responding deputies that they saw an unknown black pickup truck drive away from the property as the fire engulfed the motorhome. The owner of the property did not know anyone with any reason to start the fire. County Fire's Bomb and Arson Unit was notified about the fire, and an investigation into its cause is ongoing. Summer is nearing its end, and the town of Yucca Valley's town council plans to move forward with various improvement projects as we head into busy fall. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with more on what you can expect at tonight's meeting.
Following the presentation of the annual Code Compliance Report, the Yucca Valley Town Council will consider 4 different town improvement projects, beginning with the roads. Town staff will present plans for the berm repair and replacement project. The town's current berms, or rolled asphalt curbs, have sustained damage from rainstorms and general wear and tear. The council will then review authorization to bid design services for the improvement of the intersection at Yucca Mesa Road and Buena Vista Drive. The heavily traveled intersection serves an average of 8,000 vehicles per day. The town plans to widen the site, upgrade the pavement, and add curbs, street lighting, and signage. The council will also consider resolutions to authorize bidding advertisements for the replacement of the basketball court and playground at Macris Park, as well as the roof of the California Welcome Center. Tonight's meeting is open to the public and begins at 6 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
If your youngsters want to learn about basketball, the town of Yucca Valley is hosting a We Hoops program for pre-K and kindergartners this autumn. Registration is now open for the 6-week program that will introduce young participants to basketball fundamentals in an organized, non-competitive practice and game environment. The once-weekly classes will convene at the Yucca Valley Community Center beginning October 2nd. A $50 registration fee includes instruction, a program t-shirt, group team picture, completion medal, and pizza party. Space is limited, and you can register now at 760-369-7211 or at yucca-valley.org. Could the power poles cluttering up the desert vistas ever move underground? Not anytime soon, according to Southern California Edison. Jeffrey Monford from SCE joined Gary Daigneault on the Up Close show last week to field some questions from customers. Joshua Tree resident Christopher Clare asked about the possibility of moving electrical infrastructure underground in the Morongo Basin. Here is Daigneault and Monford with the answer to that question.
Undergrounding utilities is extraordinarily expensive.
I know I was speaking with the city manager for the city of 29 Palms last year, and he mentioned that the cost to put utilities underground is about $1 million a mile.
That depends on where you are.
Wow.
That's a good figure for 29 Palms.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
more in other places. If we were able to underground everything, it would cost a great deal, and it would represent a huge profit to the utilities. However, we don't go around recommending undergrounding because we have a responsibility to customers to keep rates as affordable as possible, and undergrounding is passed through to customers and it's terribly expensive. So we underground only where necessary.
So the short answer to Christopher Clare is it costs too much.
Yes, it doesn't cost the utility too much, it costs the customers too much.
You can hear the full conversation between Danielle and Montford by listening to the Z107.7 Up Close show as a podcast on our website or wherever you get your podcasts. The Z107.7 Up Close show airs every Friday morning at 10 a.m. here on Z107.7. And finally, a free driving class for teens is being held this afternoon by the California Highway Patrol's Morongo Basin office, geared towards teens and new drivers. The class will prepare young drivers with strategies for understanding the dynamics of and avoiding crashes, the consequences of careless driving, and safe driving habits. Parents or guardians are required to attend with teen drivers. Teen attendees will receive a certificate upon completion of the course. Some insurance companies may offer a discount for participating in the course. Call 760-366-3707 to sign up for the class. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.